All right, beautiful people, welcome back again. And like we said, we're having a very interesting conversation about the fake it you make it syndrome. And of course, this is something that needs to be talked about because the world is changing and sometimes it feels like authenticity does not beat anymore. But our guest is Dr. Sylvanus Ogbo, who's a leadership trainer, a growth advocate, and a truth teller.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Yes, nice to have you on the show.
Good morning. Two ladies.
How are you feeling today?
I'm good.
Are you faking it?
I'm authentic. I always be.
All right. So, yes, I know this conversation is actually to debunk that theme. Let's start from the beginning. I mean, what does that phrase, fake it till you make it, really, really mean to you? Is it like telling a lie?
Well, you know the word, whatever drops from a celebrity in quote, somebody high up there will take it who can sink her. I think it actually came from Amy, A-M-Y, Kudi. She's a PhD holder and she's a psychologist. She's among these TED Talk. She's a presenter there who wrote a book saying that the power of posing. The power of posing. So she actually advocated that, you know, just keep faking it. One day you wake up to see your wish come to pass. And it just took all over America and the entire world. You know, the pop world, the musicians, you know, the Jacksons and all of them, they all lash into that theory to fake it, to make it. They laid emphasis on appearance. Everybody was an actor. In whichever way you think you are acting it up, we are really not it. But it's a double-faced life because the appearance most times don't match the reality.
Yeah.
Doesn't match the person that you are.
Okay.
Faking it, you know, emphasizes on you just go out there. In life, they make you an actor. But life is not about acting. You don't build confidence by pretending. You don't build maturity, you know, by faking it. Confidence is built by a process. Maturity, you mature into becoming. It's a process. So, it's been a lie that has been sold almost everywhere. But between you and me, I think the truth is becoming to fall out flat in their faces.
Okay, but for context of professional settings and everything, you know, entertainment circles, or more of the work you do, leadership circles, when you have to meet people, has there been a time where you probably faked it and it helped?
It doesn't really help because when you fake, it's an opium, it's a motivational thing that keeps you up there. It takes you into the room, but it doesn't sustain you in that room. What sustains you in that room is authenticity. An incident happened, it was during my youth service year, and I did my youth service in Kano. So, you know, there is this corpus program, you know, we appeared. I had a science background. You know, I was in midst of, you know, mass comm students and all of them who are used to, you know, but I was in their midst, and, you know, I appeared, you know. For me, it was a disaster. But people said, okay, maybe because maybe the question that was posed to me was from a scientific point of view, I was able to make answer. But I was a jelly. I wasn't confident. Because the true me is not the TV kind of thing. But I was just made to go there, pose as if you are an expert, fake it. When I finished, I felt very disappointed in myself. I felt empty. I didn't feel fulfilled. So, give it benefit of hindsight. I would have just mentioned, yes, I'm not an actor, this is not my ship, but let me see what I can do. I would have just come and declare my true self. It's an incident that has lived with me over the time.
Okay.
You know, so, but sometimes people feel like declaring your true self might limit the confidence that the people who you are declaring it to have in terms of you delivering, and they probably would quickly judge you before you even act or perform. But away from that, let's go to the dangers of faking it. Imposter syndrome, burnt out. How do you think this can actually happen? What are the downsides to it? We talk a bit more about that.
You know, let me, for the first part of your question, you know, I tell people that, you know, growth, authentic growth takes longer, but it stays longer. It takes a longer time. Authentic growth takes you a longer time to evolve, but it will last longer. Am I connecting with you? It will not only last long, it will live with you, because you have grown through the process. There is always an internal being, the internal becoming. When you become it naturally, it becomes part of your, for everybody, whether it is a skill, it is a profession, there are systems and structures. So the becoming process builds an authentic structure which can make it stand. Whereas if you fake, you know, it is like a showman thing. It appears here once and disappear. You know, I always tell people, if you appear before your time, you will evaporate.
Okay.
So it's always good. Yes, it does not matter what the world expects from you. But I can also tell you that in reality, you cannot give what you don't have. So faking is what I call the imposter syndrome. Really inside of you, you are not what it is. But the world demands, the society demands that I should grow it. It doesn't. Number one, it gives you an impression that you are already there, you are already perfect. It doesn't make you go through the learning process. It doesn't make you walk through the process and become. Let me give you an example. You know, faking is about appearance. Becoming is about transformation. Do you understand? You appear as if it is so, but you are just a storm in the cup of tea.
Okay.
And most times what they do is that to sustain it, because it's not in them, they don't have it, they resort to, you know, self-help. That's why you see the musicians and all those who act and fake life, most of the time they are on opium. Those are the things that will give them energy. Those are the things that will sustain them, will make them feel up to. Whereas you develop your system, you develop your structure, you know, you build up yourself into becoming it. You form it,
Okay.
not fake it.
All right, but let's talk about how this mindset affects entrepreneurs, entertainers, creatives who feel pressure to always have it together. Social media does not even help. The perfect picture, the perfect photo op, or, you know, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's almost like if you're not showing yourself on those platforms, you're not relevant, you know. So that's why I want to get your thoughts on that mindset that affecting, you know, the people in leadership, in the creative space, and creatives too.
It is everywhere. It is everywhere. In the educational system, I can tell you that, you know, the educational system we have in, especially this part of the world, the environment, the society, even the parents, encourage us to fake it. You see engineers, they are qualified engineers as, in quote, BSc engineering, but he has never seen a practical tool, you know, to fix that tire. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You are a computer graduate. You probably don't even have a computer or a laptop on your own that you practice. It's real. So the environment, you know, supports, encourages, nurture that fake attitude. But we must begin to change from the beginning, which is our mindset, that in the real sense, life in itself is a process. I cannot mask myself into my destiny. I repeat, I cannot mask myself. I cannot fake my destiny. I can only walk through the process to my destiny. So we must begin to tell our children, stardom is not a one-day thing. This is the process. You have to study to learn. That's why you have situations where even parents go and pay for special centers for children.
Yes, sure.
So what are the signs that you probably would notice for people who are faking it or practicing that myth, as it were, rather than making it?
They are not authentic.
How do you mean?
They are not authentic
What do
in
they
the sense.
do? What are they things?
One, they are always tensed up. They are always under pressure to perform. Do you understand? And secondly, there is this anxiety in them because they know they are faking it. And they know that there are chances I may not live up to expectation. I may not be who I am claimed to be. So they live a dubious life, trying to make people believe. It's a make-believe system. So they are not confident. If you bring in a fake, maybe a motivational speaker who does not have that stuff in him now, what he will do to you is that he will lead every argument and want to, take control of even the argument and the line, not giving you an opportunity to probe that person.
Yeah.
Because you see, when you probe, like a journalist, when you ask questions, if he doesn't have it, if he doesn't have gotten that knowledge, if it is not in him, it will throw him off balance. So the faking it has trained them to be actors and not leaders. Leaders evolve through process. Leaders live inside out from what they have inside. The fakers, their emphasis is on appearance. For instance, if you see somebody who is faking it now, all his emphasis will be on dressing. He wants to come and dazzle them. What is he trying to do? To draw your attention away from the reality, from the person that he is, into what he's trying to portray to you.
So even when he makes those lapses, you will notice.
But what does real look like? Especially in the context, in your own view, especially when it seems like real appears unseen, unnoticed, and slow. So what does real really look like? Look like in your view?
I give you an example. The butterfly is what you see. The butterfly goes through the process of an egg being laid. It becomes a larva, it becomes a pupa, before it transforms into a butterfly. When an egg is laid through whatever process, pollination and this one now, the larva will start eating. It will start eating and be growing big. What does that tell you? It tells you that what you become is a function of what you eat. What you become is a function of what you eat. So as a student, as like what the topic that is trending now, everybody it boils down on people trying to fake it.
Yeah.
You don't fake it, you form it. You form it by going through a process to develop that thing. Develop system and structure that will support you. And at any time, you can be what you are because you have evolved it. You have formed it. It's an embodiment of who you are. So the egg transforms through to the larva. The larva feeds voraciously. Then it moves to the pupa. The pupa stage is a process of hibernation. Everywhere is dark, it restricts its movement. Then what comes out of that pupa is the beautiful, colorful butterfly. So if the butterfly jumps the process of any of those stages, if it doesn't go through the liver where it has to eat and grow fat and all the rest, as it's eating, it is what she's eating that is feeding and forming the structure, the beauty and the skills of even that butterfly that will start flying. Don't remember, as an egg will remain in one place. As a larva, it can move a little. But when it gets to the pupa stage, it hibernates.
Wow.
That hibernates is a time of silence. Even the Bible tells you, it says in still and silence.
With your confidence to be restored.
Exactly.
Interesting.
That is when the real leadership, that is when the real you is transformed. So just take that process of egg to larva to pupa to the butterfly. Compare the butterfly that comes out of that egg. Is a world of difference.
So what do you think that mentors, what role do you think mentors play, even the society or the community, in encouraging practicing and not just pretending?
You know, who is a mentor? A mentor is somebody who has gone through a process, who is where you are aspiring to be. So the first thing a mentor will do to you is that a mentor will point to your destination, because that's where you are going to. You want to be like him. So he's already been there. So he points you to the destination. And a mentor also takes you through the process, because he has gone through the process. See, I had to do this, I had to do this. Were my failures, learn from this. I went through this process before I became this. So a mentor points to your destination, where you are aspiring to be, and he also takes you through the process, how he got there. Maturity is not a microwave.
Yeah,
It's a process.
Nice. To everyone who's watching, but to those who who feel like a fraud, what will you say to them? For that viewer who is watching, who feels like a fraud?
I just advise them, there is nothing wrong when you realize that you are going in the wrong direction. I tell people that speed is irrelevant if you are not going in the right direction. So if you for you to have come to your senses and realize that, oh, I have been faking it, the time to start is now. And what do? Change that mindset that I can become a star overnight by pretending. The new mindset should be, I can become whatever I aspire to be through a process. Like I said, I will not mask, I will not pretend I walk into my destination, but I will walk through the process into my destination.
Wow.
You know, even the Bible tells you
Is that a code that has guided you into becoming? Or what other codes?
Number one, I have two. You can't give what you don't have. And so, you must develop and have something. Remember fella?
Yeah.
He used to sing a song, he said, teacher, teach me nonsense.
Teacher, not teach me nonsense.
Yeah. So it means the teacher is not even educated.
Yeah.
So in my life, I have always planned and I've always deliberately, consciously and practically. And that is the last note I will give to anybody who is listening to this program now. You've been living a fake life, or it's not your fault, but like I said, you may have gone too far, but it's still relevant because we are not going the right direction. Now, go out for the week ahead of you.
I believe.
What is one skill that you need to learn in that your profession, in that your acting, in that your whatever, that will solidify you and not faking you? 2, what is one truth that will change your mindset, that you want to live with? Do you believe that you can fake it to become it, or that you must go through the process to become it? So that's the second one. Lastly, take a practical step. A practical step of, from today, this is what I am going to be doing.
Right.
And I will do it practically and authentically.
Thank you so much.
Not faking it.
Yeah, because of time, we
Yeah.
cannot take more questions, but it's been a wonderful journey with you, sir. And of course, those are some lessons that everyone who is watching can learn. Do not fake it, you make it. There always has to be a balance of everything in life, and you have to be able to grow the process and become. Becoming is more important than just arriving as it is now. The word of the day is from Puff Daddy. The sun doesn't shine forever. Irony of Puff Daddy anyways. But as long as it is here, then we might as well shine together. We're looking at what is happening. Well, remove the personality from the person, you know, I guess sometimes. But we're wrapping up the show. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time on the show. Thank you, sir, for coming through on the show.
We had a great time.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Please enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.